This morning I heard from two people who don't seem to be living in the same relationship. She tells one story, he tells another, and I tell you that these people came to the right place when they came to divorce court.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Brigette Harper and Tryon Brown. The two of you have been together for a number of years. You have a 5-year-old daughter together. You do not, however, want to be together anymore. Mrs. Harper, you say that Mr. Brown is unpredictable, so much so that you have to sleep with the car keys under your pillow. Why don't you explain that to me?
Well, Your Honor, he actually, we go to sleep at night. When it's time for us to go to sleep, he actually takes off in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. I wake up and I go, like, the bathroom.
That's a lie.
Hang on.
The bathroom where my room is, I can see.
Mr. Brown?
Where the bathroom is, where I can see the bathroom from my room. So basically, when I get up in the middle of the night, either he's in the bathroom, I look. If he's not in there, I go to the kitchen to look around in the house. He's still not there, so I run outside and look downstairs in the garage and see if my car is there, and it's gone. And, Your Honor, he doesn't have a valid license.
Do you know where he's going?
No, I don't. And I call, and he would not answer his phones or anything.
Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown, I will get to you.
Drama queen.
Mr. Brown, I will get to you. Do you ask him where he goes?
Yes.
And what does he tell you?
He actually tells me he goes to his homeboy's house. I don't believe it, because if you go to your homeboy house, I feel like you can answer your phone. He doesn't answer his phone at all. When he do see me call, he actually turn his phone off, and then he won't return my call until the next day until he come back.
Now, Mr. Brown, why don't you tell me what's going on? Do you leave the house in the middle of the night while she's asleep?
No, that's not true.
Yes, you do.
Only time I leave is when we get into it.
No.
And most of the time that we get into it is because the way she is. She's a drama queen. She exaggerates things, and it's like...
Give me an example when she was a drama queen, just took everything all out of proportion.
Oh, my God. Okay, so maybe 6 months ago, she had just got a new job, right?
Right.
So we were going out to eat, and I just wanted to celebrate with her. So she orders the food. Well, since she's Miss Big Boss and all this, she orders for me.
No, I didn't.
She orders for me, and she orders shredded beef nachos. Mind you, I don't eat meat. I don't eat meat, period. I haven't ate meat in 12 years. So she orders these shredded beef nachos, and I look at her like, why would you order that for me? And she said, oh, don't mind, it's just a little meat, won't hurt you. And so when the food gets there, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, I let it sit. She looks at me and she tells me, so what are you, stupid? You just gonna let your food get cold? I just ordered this for no reason. And for me to alleviate all this and just like give her what she want, I eat around it. And so as the day goes by, we leave. Now it's actually, I'm kind of feeling this right here. So as we get home, I go directly to the bathroom. We having words. Oh, you're stupid, you're a baby, you complain about everything, you're childish. And it's just back and forth.
Hang on.
It's back and forth. And when I go in to sit down, she threatened to turn the water off. I'm like, why would you turn the water off? I guess so I couldn't flush the toilet. And so as I come out, she throws water on me. And that was the first time me leaving. It was around 1 o'clock.
First of all, did you order shredded beef tacos for your vegetarian man?
Nachos.
Your Honor,
Nachos.
I ordered he had a meat recently, so I just felt like, I mean, it was in the budget at that time.
Well, why wouldn't you let him order his own food?
Cause she bossy.
No,
she
not
mean,
bossy, though.
Mr. Brown,
she controlling.
Mr. Brown,
I'm not bossy at all. Your Honor, can I say
first
one thing?
the chair, then the door.
Can I say one thing? He would say he want one thing. If we are out, he would say something like, okay, I do, like he'll tell me something like he want, say he did want the beef nachos, and then if I order it, and then when I order it, he'll change his mind. He changes his mind a lot. So basically, he always try to make it seem like it's always me.
Do you remember this particular incident?
Yeah, I remember.
Did you order
Tell the
stuff
truth.
with meat on it, and you know he can't eat meat, he doesn't eat meat?
I ordered it because
Did
he
you
said he
threaten
wanted
to
it.
turn off the water when he was in the bathroom so he couldn't flush the toilet?
No, that's a lie, Your
It's
Honor.
like if I
don't
don't
do stuff
comply,
like that.
if I don't
do things
comply-
like
Did
that.
you guys have words about the shredded beef nachos?
Yeah, we did have
You
words. Because,
actually
you know,
had words. As far as you're concerned, what was the argument about?
I feel like the argument was about he wanted that. That's
No,
what
you
I asked
control it.
in the-
If
in the
I
whole
do it,
trial.
it's
I
her
asked
way
Mr.
or the
Brown,
highway.
Mr. Brown,
It's her way or the highway.
it's my way or the highway. Sit down. You had words about shredded beef tacos, and I want to know what was so important about that you had to have an argument about it.
Because it never fails. It's always something. When we talk, he'll say he wants something, and then he'll change his mind the next. Like, say if we're out and say we could be doing anything. Basically, he could. I don't know how to explain it. But basically, when we was out getting the beef nachos, I ordered it because he asked for it in the beginning. So we argued about it because he didn't want it no more. And then he's stubborn, so basically he just sat there and ate around it, and I told him to change his order.
That's just ridiculous. Why don't you tell me what your primary problem is with Mr. Brown, other than the fact that he changes his mind a great deal?
Well, my big problem with Tryon is he's disrespectful. He, like I said, he leaves late at night. He take my car and leave and do the disappearing act, and then basically, like one day, I picked him up from work. I had to pick him up from work, and from me picking him up work, he wanted something to eat because at that day he'd have money for lunch. Mm-hmm. So I cooked him some lunch, and I bought it. He wanted me to bring it to him in a car. It got cold. When I got to the job, he actually, when he got in the car and started touching the food or whatever, he figured out it was cold. He threw it out, and he started calling me out of my name. Like, I'm worthless, you stupid B, like calling me the B word and telling me that I don't do nothing right. I don't do anything right.
Now, Mr. Brown, if I let you stand back up, you think you act like you got some sense?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
All right, come on. Now, do you want to respond to the lunch issue, please? When she bought you lunch, it was cold. Did you throw it out and throw a fit?
The fit part, that's not true.
Yes,
Okay.
she did.
Okay.
Ms. Harper?
When she got there, the food was cold. It was considerably cold, and it was fish, and so I did throw it out. In a moment of it, she tells me, I like the way one of my exes do it because he's more gentler.
No.
He's more gentle.
No.
He's not as rough as you.
No.
Ms. Harper, did you compare
did
his
not.
loving to somebody
Yes, you did.
else's
No,
while
I
you
did
were in
not.
the
You
middle of
did.
it? Mr. Brown, you say your sex life is practically non-existent. Why don't you tell me what is
my
not
God.
transpiring that...
So, this was the 4th of July. We had been drinking. So we come home, we decide to engage in, a little sexual activity. Yes. And, in the heat of
Keep
the
it light.
moment, in the heat of the moment, we was going through things, a little compassion. And I just think it was the alcohol, because she was like highly intoxicated. She gets blatantly like honest when she's intoxicated.
But what did she say?
So in a moment of it, she tells me, I like the way one of my exes do it because he's more gentler.
No.
He's more gentle.
No.
He's not as rough as you.
No.
Ms. Harper, did you compare
did
his
not.
loving to somebody
Yes, you did.
else's
No,
while
I
you
did
were in
not.
the
You
middle of
did.
it?
No, I didn't. That's
Do you recall
crazy.
anything that resembled that circumstance?
He always tell me I said that. I don't remember saying that. I
Yeah,
did
'cause
it.
you were
No,
intoxicated.
I did not
Doesn't sound
say
like
that.
something somebody would make up.
But
you
I
know what I
wouldn't
mean?
even
It doesn't.
say
It
that.
doesn't
I
sound
wouldn't
like
even say
something.
that to him. Like
You
know,
did.
Yeah, but
that's
you were
not right.
drunk. You don't know.
She did.
But when I get drunk, I don't even be so intoxicated too much to where I don't know what I'm saying at all. So.
Oh, but that's what drunk people say all the time. You know what I mean? It was just like, it wouldn't be drunk. That's what intoxicated is. You think you're one place and you somewhere else altogether.
Yeah, but I don't remember
Is
saying
it something
that.
you believe?
No.
That your other lover was more gentle?
No.
Yeah,
Not
it
at all.
is. Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. It's
And you
not.
said it. And you said it.
Oh, goodness. No, I didn't.
You say she's very controlling. Give me some examples of some of the things she tries to control. I heard about the nachos.
Okay. It's sometimes, she has the car. It's her car.
Right.
So I drive her sometimes. Most of the times when I don't do
You really
her,
ought to get a license if you're gonna drive a car. I mean,
that's
it's
true.
really essential.
Yeah.
you know,
People, we aren't playing about that.
yeah.
You should have a license, but go ahead.
And you know, if I don't drive to her standards or her speed limit, she like literally takes the wheel and like try to stop the car like while we're driving. We can be going 50 miles per hour, and I'm like, do you care about our lives or not? Like,
That's not true.
Do you grab the wheel from him?
No,
You
he
do.
drive crazy, and I tell him to. I mean, I ask him like, "Can you slow down?" Because at the end of the day, it's me and my car
Honor.
and my kids.
Right. Yeah.
So
she gets
First
physical.
of all, he shouldn't be driving your
He shouldn't be
car
driving
at
at
all.
all.
They catch him driving your car, they will impound
They will
that
take it.
car. That's fees. That's all on you. He
Yes.
ought not be driving your car.
Yes.
And you need to get a license. How come you don't have a license?
It was suspended.
It was suspended for what?
Reckless driving.
yes, exactly, exactly. Can I bring up one more thing, Your Honor?
Yes, go right
Yeah,
ahead.
that's
Ms.
another thing. So
Harper.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that he said something about me saying something to him driving a car versus me when I'm driving a car. He acts like he want me to drive reckless too.
You know, I got a 15-minute window to get to work, and it's like 2 cities over. So
So you want to kill
with
yourself?
me driving, doing the speed limit,
No.
I can make it there probably like 3 to 5 minutes late. But with her driving, no exaggeration, 30 minutes late. I'll be late. Period.
Your
she
Honor,
really drives
he
slow.
can catch the bus at times.
Well,
There's
that's
times
all.
I caught the
That's
bus.
all on you. The fact that you're late to work is all on you because you don't have a driver's license. You don't have a driver's license because of what you did. So I don't even want to hear about it.
It was messages on social media asking for sex for women.
That's not
and
true,
I
Your Honor.
screenshotted the messages to me,
Did she have screenshots of the messages?
the screenshots.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Look at you. Have you been living together for years but find that splitting up is as complicated as getting a divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Don't forget to join the conversation on social media. Go to facebook.com/divorcecourt and follow us on Twitter and Instagram @divorcecourt. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram @divorcecourt. Mr. Brown, you say that Ms. Harper's attitude and behavior changed when an ex started coming around. You want to tell me about that?
Maybe a year ago, one of her strange exes just like start popping up, and she just started acting differently. Like it was a lot of unaccounted for time. Like most of the times when before she'll go to work, she'll tell me, "Okay, baby, I'm gonna call you when I get to work." Mm-hmm. Well, around these times she would not call, and I would think something happened.
That's
So,
But do you think she's skipping work to be with this dude?
yes.
not at all.
Really?
Yes, because I would call, she would not answer. So one day I decided to call her supervisor, and the supervisor tells me she wasn't scheduled to come in this day. And so when I asked her about it, she tells me, well, he doesn't really speak English that well, so he probably didn't understand who you were talking about. And to
That's
me,
not
I'm like,
true.
well,
What kind
it was
of
kind
answer
of
is
good
that?
to me.
Yeah, what
Like,
kind of answer is that?
That is
Ms.
not
Harper, what do
true.
you say happened?
I was at work. I did not skip work at all. I don't know what he's talking
What
about
about
with the
those days you
supervisor.
wasn't scheduled to
that
come
didn't
in?
sound right. That just no. I was scheduled to go in that day.
Okay.
And I told you that.
Well, you don't trust him, do you, Ms.
No,
Harper?
I don't trust him
Why
at
don't
all.
you trust him?
Because you know where, Your Honor, I found he had a code. We always said we wouldn't get codes on our phones. He puts a code on his phone. I was looking for the time. His phone was next to me, so I actually went through the time to see what time it was, and he had a code on his phone. So me, I broke the code. I went, I
Figured it out. Yeah.
And he actually was supposed to leave his phone at the house that day, and I ended up taking it while he went into like the library and stuff. So I took it and put it in my purse to go through it. And when I went through it, it was messages on social media asking for sex for women.
He was asking.
That's not
yes,
true.
he was asking.
That's not
and
true,
I
Your Honor.
screenshotted the messages to me and sent them to me. So if he denied it, I was to
You
show
had it.
him. Yeah, so I showed him at that time. He tried to deny when I said something
That's not
about
true.
it.
Did she have screenshots of the messages?
I had the screenshots.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Look at you. She had screenshots of the
Yes.
messages of you asking
But,
for sex from other
Your Honor,
women.
And
it
this
was
was in the middle of the night, too,
It was
Your Honor.
times where I also went through her phone, and it was a dude that she was talking to that she told me one of her family members like hooked her up with, but it was like just a friendship. So I looked at the conversation; it was innocent. Maybe like
You just skipped over the fact that she had screenshots of you asking other women for sex.
it wasn't true.
But
It wasn't
how
true.
did she get the
It was maybe
screenshot of it?
conversations, but there's no sex asked.
It was.
So you were talking about it, you just didn't do it, is what you're saying.
No, that's not true either.
The
not true.
conversations he was trying to he was having conversation with women like he was trying to get in a relationship with them. It'd be paragraphs. I would see paragraphs in this phone talking about, hey, beautiful, and complimenting them and telling them, oh, I got to go to work this
That's not
day.
true.
And I,
Yeah,
That's not true.
And,
Yeah, it
guess
is.
what time it was at, Your Honor? It was around 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning when I'm asleep, and times where he would disappear. So
That's not true.
he didn't disappear that night because I
Liar.
think they didn't want to talk. They wasn't messing with him that night.
On Divorce Court, what are you gonna do? I ask the tough questions. It wasn't me,
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Did you ever catch him?
No.
But you tried. And I give you the answers. Men and women must explain themselves to one another.
Because I pay his phone bill, Your Honor.
Quit paying a man's phone bill, honey. Visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Divorce Court. Mrs. Harper, you really gonna go, right?
Yes,
He's offering you a lot of heartache and very little else.
he is. He really is. And I just can't take it no more. I really can't.
You know, a lot of women come in there and tell me that, and then sometimes we check on you. He's right there.
No.
You know what I mean? He's right in the next room. Well, I kind of took him back. I mean, you got your situation together? Do you have money? Do you know where you and your kids are going to go?
I'm staying where I'm at. He has to
Oh,
go.
he's got to go.
Yeah, I'm staying where I have to go.
Mr.
I'm
Brown,
staying
do you
where I'm at.
understand you got to go?
Yes, I do, if that was the situation.
But that's not the situation.
It is the
What is the
situation.
situation?
Because all she said is not true. And I figure if I don't do things the certain way she wanted to be done or to her standards, it's not going to satisfy her, and it's always going to be a problem.
I got that part. That's why she's leaving you. I'm just trying to find out if you know where you're going to go when she puts you out.
Yes.
You know where you're going to go? Mm-hmm. But you don't think she's going to put you out. That's what you're saying. I think he's probably more right than you are because I see it happen all the time. Somehow or another, we women get it into our head. When a relationship ends, life ends. And they hang on to it for dear life, and they get misused and mistreated, and they hang on to it as if that's all there is. And I want you to know that there's more than that.
Yes.
You know? And it's not about your relationship status that defines you. It's about your progress that defines you. So you make sure, because you got a daughter, right?
Yes, I do.
She's going to do what she sees you do. So if she sees you moving forward, having a full life, interested, passionate, educated, and all of those things, she will pursue that. And then when a dude comes along, she can wait for the right one because she doesn't have to have a dude to define her.
Yes.
You with me on that
Yes,
one?
Your Honor, yes.
And you want that, don't you?
Yes, of course.
And trust this, I want you to stay in that child's life. I want you to be, like her Superman, because if you're not her Superman, she's going to find the first, Johnny come
Anything,
lately
yes.
to be her Superman, and you don't want that to
No,
happen.
not at all.
And she's going to take whatever she takes from whatever dude she's with based upon what you give her. So even if you guys aren't together, you got to respect her as the mother of your child, because that's the script she will read off of when she has a life of her own. You got that?
Yes.
You man enough to handle that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this matter is adjourned. What I was trying to explain to Brigette is this. Sometimes you just pick the wrong guy. And when you pick the wrong guy, you gotta know when to let him go. Call us at 877-311-2222.